Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where awkwardness is ensuing. We are currently this ruler. We are 15, so we're actually about to come of age, and we're probably going to not actually go through with this betrothal, if I had to be honest. We'll see what ends up happening with that, but we have these guys that are walking over this way. I think they're our siege force. Yes, they are. And these guys are heading over here to slow siege. We are winning this disillusion war, but they do have a good number of troops left. But they are scattered. Okay. So these guys were sent up here to resupply a bit. I'm going to send these guys over here, and then these guys over to, like, here via this route. Okay, I'm not sure where these guys are going to stop at. And we're just going to move down over this way. Because if I had to bet, they're going to stop here and walk directly into our siege force. Yeah, that's definitely what's going to happen here. So I'm going to take our siege force down over this way. We're going to try to leave. Hang on. Okay. So they're going to come in over this way, and I don't think we get out of there. Let's see, that's going to happen in 9 days. We'd arrive here in 13. We would arrive here in 19. We'd arrive here in 19. Do I have a leader that we can move in here to make this go a little bit quicker? Probably not, because an organizer is actually pretty hard to come by. Let's see here. There is this guy, but he is at war against us, so that's not helpful. So we're going to have to bring these guys over here and hope that these last long enough on the mountains here. Let's see. Enemy defensive advantage. That's not helpful for us. He's good at hills, but this is mountains. Yeah. This basically just is what it is. These guys retreated back this way, and we may be able to get there in time, actually. Yeah, we can get there. Beautiful. And then these guys are coming in as well. They're going to lose that, though. They're too late. We were not too late. They were too late. So that's beautiful. We win this battle. Very handily, in fact. And we're going to deselect these guys, and then we're going to come back over here and start resupplying while they're in retreat. I want to make sure that we are resupplying very nearby here for the reason that should be obvious at this point, in my opinion. And we do control the war target. I don't even know what the war target is. Is the war target our capital? The war target is our capital. Okay, good to know. So for Disillusion Wars, it's a lot like a war against tyranny. Cool. How much are we getting for each of these? Like 10%? Okay. So here's the thing. We're going to move in here now. We're going to group all of this together. Then, we can assault this fort. 5 days? Done. We're going to move up over here. And we're going to begin to siege here. We just came of age. Fantastic. We're a thrifty clerk. It didn't go too well. But that's okay. That does mean that we can take back 2 territories over here. Fantastic. So we're going to revoke this guy's barony, and we're going to revoke this guy's barony. There we go. Let's check in on our capital. Unthreatened. Fantastic. Oh, it just dropped back down to 8. Okay. Sure. We'll grant this over to a noble of the Norse culture, but I'm going to break this betrothal right now. Next, we're going to arrange a marriage with someone with very, very high stewardship, ideally. Okay, we'll find spouse. There we go. That's more like it. Skill 20. Not bad. Matrilineal, yes. Done. Okay. Would you convert? He would. Done. Okay, now we're not surprised that there's a faction immediately after that, but that's just populists. That's actually not a big deal. Now we're sieging here. 4 months left there. We did get a breach. That's a huge amount of casualties, so we're not going to assault this at this moment. I'm hoping for a large breach. But regardless, this is only 30 days away. So I think this is fine. We did lose a siege, but that siege is irrelevant to us. This war is now over. So we enforce those demands, disband our troops. We are currently at peace, and that is great. We're not going to do anything here just now, but we may want to start working up our prestige a little bit, so hosting a feast is not the worst idea. We also need to set a lifestyle focus here. And what do we want to go after? Honestly, I'm thinking about going after scientific, and then we'll switch off of this after that. So we're going to grab scholarship focus here. We're just going to try to get caught up a little bit on our culture. We're on chronicle writing and household soldiers. Okay. I want to double check our men-at-arms status here. Yep, that's about as good as we're going to get. Cool. Okay, so we're going to come in over here and definitely start working on upgrading any castles that we can. That will be a top priority for the short term, and honestly, any holdings that we can, not just castles. Literally any holdings. Some of these are more valuable to upgrade than others, but for right now, I'm being fairly indiscriminate with it. Because ultimately, we're going to want them all upgraded. Okay, we can upgrade here, and we can't quite upgrade in Bedford, but that's fine. So we'll get that done very, very shortly here. Collateral damage? How could you? He paid us gold, which of course we're going to spend on upgrading in Bedford. Cool. You're proposing an alliance, and I decline. Yes, I have done a great job, haven't I? Okay, what's going on over here? That's maxed out, and we've got a lot more that we can do over here. This ransom is acceptable. And we will just go ahead and upgrade that military camp. Fantastic. So our troop count is recovering nicely. Sure, we'll attend that feast. You're a vassal, but you're not a powerful vassal. Agreed. We can lawfully imprison this gentleman, but I don't care about that. We are also going to ransom off a number of these, and we're going to want to start getting ourselves some additional land, probably. We've got everything put back together at this point, and I think we've stabilized, is my guess. I don't know that for an absolute fact, but I think we've stabilized at this point. Now, this province here. Are we not required to grant that out? We absolutely are. This has to be granted independence. I did not notice that previously. We might have... Oh, I think we got that when we fought Italy, and then we've been in non-stop war ever since. Okay, but this stuff up here is de jure part of Italy, and we cannot grant it out. So that's okay. So we grant that out, and then we can head down over this direction and start conquering in Iberia. For instance, we could definitely conquer over here. Yeah. These duchies aren't great. We would just do a single county conquer, but yeah, this would actually win. Or this would actually win. I don't know what kind of commentary that is, but we can declare this war, and we will definitely win that. Okay, so we're going to raise up our troops here. How many are we going to need? Not many is the answer. Sure, show this guy in. Fantastic. This is enough. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that should be enough. So we're going to siege here. We see their armies out over this way. And we can definitely leave behind a siege force here. It's a little bit dangerous. And I think for the moment, I'm not going to. They're embarking. Interesting. Yeah, there's harsh winter down here right now. It's a little awkward. This guy wants to purchase a truce from us. He's the Duke of Savoy. He is in literally no danger from us because it is not legal for us to take anything in his realm. I accept. I will take the 300 gold. Beautiful. So they're heading up over this way. Okay. And we're going to head up there and fight them. I also want to check in... Wait, since when can female rulers have concubines? That must be part of egalitarianism. Interesting. That's very interesting. Possibly less helpful in producing more heirs, but an interesting option to be sure. Okay, good to know, good to know. So at this point, what do we want to do? Well, I want to make sure that we have things like trinkets equipped. That would be a decent thing to have. For this trinket, we can equip the diamond studs, and we'll just repair the morsel of St. David for now. We still don't have a crown, but that's okay. And we're going to head in up over here and fight these guys. Beautiful. They're going to die. They, in fact, lose terribly. Yeah, that was not a good fight for them. And then we're going to come down over this way. We actually don't have a siege commander here, and we should put one in if we've got one. I guess this guy will do. Cool. I'm going to start these guys moving out to here. And then we will head up over here. Fantastic. Okay. So they're going to move in here, and that's reasonably acceptable unless we get stack wiped. But we didn't. Barely. We barely didn't get stack wiped. We got there in time, and now we're going to head over this direction and see if we can catch this force. I expect these guys to immediately turn around and try to stack wipe us here while we're distracted here. If that happens, I'm going to be sad, but not surprised. They're not coming in? Maybe they retreated a little further. It's a possibility. Well, we got that finished, and I'm going to wait for reinforcements before we push into their capital. Just because we don't know where the bulk of their army is. So now we'll move in. And we'll hit their capital. And I think here we're completely fine to just keep our army together. I hope that we get a breach soon. So far, no such luck. They're sieging up over here. I don't really care about this. They can do that if they want. We're going to beat them in the siege, and we should end the war here. Beautiful. So we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. And of course, that means that we can grant this out. Hey, look, we're back up to 8 of 9. Oh, and we also need to have our High King managing domain. So now we can have 10 domain. Fantastic. We're going to head up over here and take back a couple of titles. Specifically, this one. We're going to revoke that title there. And let's see, do we have another castle here? Yes, this one. Is that our maximum number of castles? Well, we can hold temple holdings. So that would be fine if we ended up getting more holding capacity. So no real problem there. Just checking in on all of these that are not constructing to make sure that there's something they can construct. Some of them are getting maxed out, and that's okay. There's nothing we can do about that, of course. But let's head up over here. Yeah, that's maxed. Okay. Looks good. And we are pregnant, so that's okay. Cool. So we could go after the Byzantine Empire. I wish we could do a bigger Mediterranean conquest for, like, Mediterranean conquest for duchies. That would be nice. But you just take, like, I don't know, like a maximum of 5. That'd be great. Unfortunately, that's not an option. So we're probably going to end up doing, like, duchy conquers when we can find halfway decent ones. This one's not bad, actually. But I'd rather take this from West Francia. These claims are all useless to us. Well, this claim technically isn't. This claim is technically on this river. So that's not the worst thing. But looking at the rest of these duchies, we could take Flanders. It's not bad by any means. But I want to take this county down here. Let's take Bordeaux. And how much is he going to have? 10k? Not bad. So we'll raise up troops here. There we go. No, that's too expensive. Okay. So they brought in a couple of allies, and what do they have? 15k. No big deal. We'll raise up 20k. And we are going to get our mangonels and our levies, and these guys are going to head out over to here with a siege commander. Any moment now. There we go. Well, these guys are going to split in half for the moment. And then we're going to split them in half again to keep their supplies high. We're not expecting to run into any enemies down here for a while yet. We can see their army is here and heading south. So we're going to keep our supplies high, and we will meet them up here soon enough. Cool. Okay, there's definitely a lot more coast that we can take over, but we're going to work on that for a while now. Fantastic. We finished up a construction up over here. In fact, several constructions. And I think a lot of these are now maxed out. Okay. There they are. So there's a crossing here. It looks like they're going to try to go around this way. I don't know that for a fact, though. We're to group up here. Yes. Then there's Swedish forces over here. Please don't embark. Okay. This is fine. So we're going to make our way up over this way. And we're going to group all of these guys together. Then we're going to walk down over here and fight the West Francian army. And then maybe fight the Swedish army. We'll see where they are. They might actually try to reinforce this, but we're going to catch this for sure. Half of it, anyway. This section is commanded by Ruler, but we did stack wipe that. And now, we're going to chase them. I want to catch this. They are commanded by Ruler. So we're going to head up over this way, and it's an awkward path for sure. Very awkward path indeed. We do get a perk here. We'll take Scientific. We can't change off of this just yet, but we will soon, once we can. Again with the awkward path there. But I'd absolutely love to catch this guy. Do we have an army organizer that we can put in here? Actually, I think we did. Let's see. That's the open terrain expert there. There was one that was fighting against us in that disillusion war. Imprisoned. Sad. Okay. That's a bit of a mistake by them to double back like this. Now we catch them. Beautiful. That should stack wipe. It didn't stack wipe. That makes me sad. We are going to run after Paris at this point. Beautiful. Sure, show in the Duke. And nobody's threatening Bordeaux. So this seems to be fine. We actually beat them there? That's fascinating. And then we stack wiped them. So we're going to finish up the siege on Paris, and this will possibly end the war. Emphasis on possibly. We'll see. Yep, it did. Beautiful. So enforce those demands, disband our troops, and we will, of course, hand Bordeaux out. We do not need to hold this personally, so we will grant this out to a noble of the Norse culture. Fantastic. Okay, so what are we going to go after next? We're truced currently to West Francia. Are we truced to Aquitaine? No, we are not. That's this county. Okay, we don't need that. Only 2 of these are legal for us to hold. Okay. Yeah. These are all very awkward. I think we're going to go for the single county here. I really don't like doing it. Well, even then. Actually. This is 2 counties that we can grab. These 3 will all have to be granted independence. But this is still 2 counties. And then all we would need to finish up this coast would be this one. And then we'd like to take these as well. Because, well, this one doesn't actually have access to that river. So these 3 counties would be what we would need from there. We could do it that way. That's a way that we could do it. But we would be required to hand out these 3 counties. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm not super happy about it. But we're going to head in there as soon as we can. Sure, we'll visit the royal court. Her genius will be nurtured. And pull yourself together, man. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to head in over here. How many troops do they have? 6K. Hilarious. And they're down over here. So we don't need 21K siege units. That's very obvious. We're going to leave like 6K, and we're going to take the other 16K down over here and eliminate half of their army if we can. They're going to try to run away, and do they make it? The answer is no. They do not make it. Cool. So that gets stack wiped, and they're instantly at... We're instantly at 70% war score from that. That's a lot. Okay, we don't have a siege commander here, and we should get one. That will be this guy. Challenge for artifacts. Get out of here. Okay, and then we're going to head up there and siege, and then we're going to just do some multi-sieges here. I'm going to split that and split it again. These guys will head out over here. And then these guys will split again, and they'll head up over this way. Yeah, they're going to take some attrition there, but it's not a lot, so it should be okay. We're going to win this fight here, easily. This siege finishes, and we'll head up over here. We're at 90% war score. This could theoretically win the war, but it didn't. Okay. Next siege will. And that's this one, I think. Nope, it's this one. 40 days on that. Cool. 10 more days. We actually could win from that, but nope. It's all good. We'll disband those troops, and as I said, we'll need to grant independence to this vassal here. We're going to need to grant independence to this vassal, and we're going to need to grant independence to this vassal. None of those are legal for us to hold. Okay. We were able to get these 2 counties, though, and that is completely fine. We'll need to grant those off. Yeah, that's... I was a little confused there for a moment, but no, this is all correct. We'll need to grant those off, and that is fine. At this point, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we will continue to expand our coastal holdings. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, Sigma162, JJ Gamer, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Kadra, Raw Potato, Elmichi Nazi, Justin Everett, Emiliano Cambron, Martin Lawrence, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can leave your offerings. That's not the way that goes. If you'd like to support the channel, you can press the join button down below the video. And as always, I will see you all next time. You can leave your offerings too. That does also support the channel. So thank you for doing that.